Hey guys, as we're heading into Christmas and New Year's Eve, I wanted to give you 3 ideas for a festive table setting. So whether you're a traditionalist, a modernist, or if you love the natural world and appreciate things that look like nature, I've got a table setting for you. Let me show you how quick and easy these ideas can come together. So first up, let's talk traditional. I know that the holiday season can bring out the traditionalist in all of us, so I wanted to show you a classic table setting first. So for the plates, go for something that looks old world and classic. You can find a lot of these types of things at thrift stores or yard sales. I also find that they even don't have to match. As long as they're in the same color scheme, it can be a really charming look. So if you have 4 that do match and 2 that don't, you might consider putting the 2 different ones on the end. And for flatware, I like to do something classic in silver. You can find some good deals on silver-plated flatware, usually at flea markets or antique stores. And for a more formal look, I like to also include the dessert fork and spoon up at the top as well. For napkins, I keep it classic white, but I do look for some nice old world detail like embroidery or even eyelet is a great way to go. And if you can find glasses that have little etching to it, that's also a really beautiful look for something traditional. And then in keeping with the traditional theme, I think place cards are a nice touch. I find it's really welcoming when guests come to the table and they know exactly where to sit, and there isn't that sort of awkward feeling of not knowing where to sit. For candles, I like to use a classic candlestick with some off-white candles and also a hurricane globe. I think those are really great for a traditional table. And then for my centerpiece, because I do serve soup as a first course, I like to put the tureen right in the center and make it sort of the showpiece. And then instead of cut flowers, I like to use fruit. And this time of year, I think maybe because I grew up in New England, which has a lot of colonial history, I do like to use fresh pineapples. I know that sounds like a strange thing, but they were a decoration that was used a lot in colonial America around Christmas time, and I like to nestle in little crab apples and oranges as well. It's just an unexpected centerpiece that's super simple to put together, and you can eat all the fruit afterwards. And pineapples are also the symbol of hospitality, so they are a good conversation piece as well. And then for additional interest at the table, I like to add things like silver salt cellars and a little wine coasters as well. These are things that just kind of complete the table. It's almost like the jewelry of the table. It's good to have a few accessories. And there you have it, table setting number 1 for the traditionalist. Now, if contemporary design is more your style, then I have a modern design that you might like. So for this look, we're going to use just plain white square plates. I think there's something fun about using a square plate instead of a round plate because it's a little more unexpected. And then for silverware, go for a design that's really simple, but maybe has a great finish. I love this gold flatware that I found. It's not real gold, it's just the finish that's on it, but I like it because it's really festive, especially for the holidays. So for a more contemporary design, you might consider a wine goblet that's stemless. I love these tumblers that I found because they pick up the gold in the flatware, and they also have a really beautiful soft gray dot to them. And so to pick up on that, I'm going to use a soft gray napkin that I'm going to place right on top of the plate. And then you can see it's starting to bring this look together a bit. And then for water glasses, I'll also do a little tumbler in a smaller size in a different shape. And then for a centerpiece, you want to go with something simple yet dramatic. I love to use a tall cylindrical vase and just add 1 branch to it. Now, even though this branch is fake, I do add water to the vase just to keep people guessing. I like the fake branches because you can manipulate them almost like sculpture because they have wire in those branches. Then to tie the centerpiece with the rest of the table, I do like to add little evergreen sprigs on the napkins of each place, just to soften it. Otherwise, it does start to look a bit severe and to make it a little bit more holiday themed. And then to flank your centerpiece, you can use 2 small votive candles. I think it helps to have them lower because it'll make that centerpiece more dramatic. It also just creates more visual interest. You don't want everything the same height. It's good to have the variation. Then for a little whimsy and table decoration, I do like to add some metallic Christmas trees, just lined up and down the table. And these are fun parting gifts for people. Your guests can take them home and put them on their own tree as a souvenir to your dinner. And finally, I also like to include a contemporary style decanter that you can fill with water or wine. What's nice about it is it's functional, but it also looks like a piece of sculpture as well. And there you have it, table setting number 2 for the more contemporary entertainer. So now for all you nature lovers, this is a table setting that I really love to do for Christmas morning breakfast. There's something so charming about bringing in Mother Nature and celebrating all of her creatures, especially this time of year when we're focused so much on pine trees and the forest. So we're going to begin by using some rustic wood chargers. I like the shape of these because they look very whimsical, like they were hand carved in some little mountainside studio. And then on top of the chargers, we're gonna go with these soft beige plates that almost look like they could be hand-thrown pottery. And this is a theme you'll start to see emerge in this table setting, really concentrating on things that are made out of wood and pottery that looks like it could be hand-thrown. It'll just help complete that sort of woodsy, cottagey look. Then we're gonna bring in a little holiday red in the form of our napkins. I like a nice clean stripe because I think it's a really basic design that also pops. And then you can concentrate on flatware that maybe has a little bit of that wood detail as well. I think that also helps tie the look together. And for your mugs, again, go for something that looks like naive pottery that somebody may have made. I like actually taking mugs that are all mismatched because to me they look like one of a kind. And it also helps your guests remember what mug is theirs if they get up from the table, and as the day progresses and people start to open gifts, they can keep track of what coffee cup is theirs. And then for juice glasses, I love these little pieces that I found at the $1.50 store, believe it or not. When it comes to glassware, I have the best luck at the $1.50 store. You can really find some charming things in there, and it won't cost you a lot of money. And then for a dramatic centerpiece, I really love these little tabletop trees that I've put in whitewashed tubs. I think they're so charming and beautiful, and their branches are made out of wire, so you can have fun kind of adjusting them and making them look as lifelike as possible. Try to find the ones that come with the pine cones on it, because I think that's even more charming. Then I like to add 2 pitchers made out of pottery, one for juice and one for steamed milk. Or you could put syrup in it as well. Then what I think really ties this look together is to bring in some woodland creatures to join you at the table. I found these really adorable Christmas ornaments in the shape of different forest animals. The fox is my favorite. I just love his expression. And I find if you have kids in your family, they love to see the animals. So I like to clip on a bird to one of the Christmas trees. And then the finishing touch is just to add some pine cones that have been topped with some bright red ribbon to each place setting. And I think that brings the whole thing together. So there you have it, table setting number 3 for all of my nature lovers out there. I hope you guys enjoyed these table settings and have found one that fits your unique personality. Be sure to leave me a comment. I want to know which one are you, the traditionalist, the modernist, or the nature lover. All right, you guys, I hope you have enjoyed my Holiday Helper series this year, and special thanks to the whole team at Bissell for sponsoring this series and collaborating with me on these videos. It has been great fun. And if I don't see you guys before then, I wish you all a very happy holiday season, and I will see you in the new year ahead. Until then, bye.